Greetings, everyone. Welcome to the Witching Hour. Tonight, Jeff returns from another pilgrimage from Europe. This time, he went to the House of the Holy Festival, which is like pretty much a fucking killer black metal fest, among other things. But if you know what's up about it, cool. If you don't know much about it, well, Jeff is here to give you the lowdown on it all. So let's bring Jeff on right now. Here we go. What's up, Jeff? You're muted.
There we go.
There we go.
Yes. What's everybody? Thanks, of course, for having me on, and thanks for joining us. Pleased to be here to tell you guys all about House of the Holy and share some live footage with you. Especially with European fests, it's one of those things where we can't all go. Everybody has to make decisions, and some of us can't get away from work, get away from kids, get away from whatever. So the goal of this is to try to just, take you on a little tour of it, and
yes.
like you were there, So anyway, I hope this is enjoyable for you guys. A little background on what this whole festival is about. You probably have seen some pictures on social media. The most famous one is the giant burning pyre that always ends the festival. And I found out about this only a couple of years ago myself. I mean, I'd heard of it, but I didn't really know what the deal was. I didn't realize it was so rustic. It's up in the Austrian Alps, right outside of this small, basically ski town called Abtenau in Austria. And like the closest city of note, Salzburg, it's like an hour away. It's really out in the middle of nowhere. And it's on private property on a hill. It was owned by, I'm not even going to be able to say his full name correctly, but the mastermind behind it was a fellow named Barth, who was really important in the Teutonic metal scene. He was an early member of Belphegor, back on their really good albums right at the beginning. And he had a vision, and he basically puts this festival on his property. Giant kind of wood temple for the stage, and then everything around it. Just the atmosphere of the mountains and the fire and sort of just the wildness of it is really, really unique. He unfortunately died in a car accident fairly close to when the festival was to occur, and thankfully they did not cancel it. They saw it through. I mean, it's not just him running it. There's a whole collective that's up there doing it. So anyway, I don't know if this is the last edition. They said they're stopping for at least a little while, which is completely understandable, but I'm really, really glad I made the trip. The lineup was stacked, and I guess we can just go ahead and get into it.
Yeah, let's go ahead and show the lineup flyer. This is insane. This is like something you would, one of those fantasy fucking flyers you would make up back in the day, like those. Go ahead and run through all these bands, like
like from the top you've got Demon Seed, Mata, Mare, Mata from Norway. You've got the Sarcophago version. I'll get into that in a little bit. Reformation of Secrets of the Moon, awesome band. Gehenna, Tormentor, Blasphemy. Those are just the heavy hitters. There's Adorers on there too, Bloody Vengeance, Chaos Invocation. Some of them, smaller bands opening the fest, but then a bunch of just really well curated bands for the top of the lineup.
That's what I've noticed is even the opening bands are like, they may not be the biggest, but they're all good. This is all good stuff. There's nothing where you go like, oh no.
Yeah, a few things I had not heard of. But I thought I checked out a little bit of everything, and there wasn't anything that I saw up there. Yeah, that was like I wasn't going, "Oh, this is horrible." I didn't. The black metal Gehenna, the true Gehenna is that the question is being asked. Which Gehenna?
Oh, okay.
Not Swedish Gehenna, and not the hardcore band, which, in my estimation, has no right to call themselves Gehenna.
They need to stop already.
Yeah. So, and it's. And we've talked about this on the show before. We made quite a big deal out of it. It's the classic era Gehenna from like the first 3 releases. So it's the original lineup is back.
I mean, if you don't know, just watch one of the prior episodes where me and Jeff had Sarpov on the show from Gehenna talking about it.
Yeah. And hey, since we're talking about them, let's go ahead and play a video from them first and then tell you guys a little bit about that.
Yeah, let me get this out of here. Oh, here we go. There we go. All right, let me get this screen set up here.
Yeah. Just a side note, I was there with the band as their. I mean, I was going anyway, but I was there and served as their technician for the show, and it went over really, really great. And you're going to see the results of that in just a moment.
Queued up here again, Hannah. Go right into it. No timestamps or anything. All right.
Yeah.
All right, y'all. Here's some Gehenna from House of the Holy 2026. And yeah, dude, just, if I can throw my 2 cents in before we start, just the pictures and the atmosphere of this is like, wow, this is like the perfect for like black metal.
Yeah, for classic era black metal for sure. Yeah, you guys will see it.
So here we go. Let's check it out.
That boy ain't right.
you go. Sorry about the audio fuck up at the beginning, but yeah, that sounds and looks great, by the way.
Yes, the despite the clandestine nature of the festival, the production itself was great. They had a full, stage crew and a great sound system and a great sound man, and everything came together very, very easily. Just plugging everything in and getting up there, and I was like, "Oh no, this all sounds great," So, really, really well produced for all of that. That's the thing that's great. It's like again, it's very underground, very independent, but yet it still has the appointment where everything's very professional and it sounds great. I'll show a couple of pieces of ephemera attached to this thing, just how nice it is. They have these silkscreen mugs with the actual
let me put
festival.
you solo. So
Sorry.
There you go.
Yeah, these special House of the Holy mugs that have the edition silkscreened on it. Now, this isn't just a souvenir. You have to use this because they don't have any bottles or cans or plastic cups there because they're trying to, be, I don't know, like efficient and ecological because, it's nice and it's in the mountains. So the deal is you have to actually have this cup with you all the time. So you're walking around with this mug everywhere you go. If you want to get water, beer, anything, like you go up to the bar and give them your money and they put it in this. The one thing I realized is I was going up there to get drinks with a couple of different friends during the fest, and you have to keep an eye on which is yours, because they'll just grab them all up and start pouring in. I'm like, and you're just like, oh shit,
Do I have the right one?
Yeah. So
I want to drink after this dude.
well, I was like going, I hope nobody's got anything gross because we're all getting it if that's the case.
Yeah,
and nothing like that happened.
That's funny.
The other thing I wanted to show off that I thought was amazing is that I had a backstage pass for working with Gehenna, so it was like an actual stamped metal inverted cross for the pass.
Fucking cool, dude.
And if that wasn't cool enough, though, this is just the standard ticket holder pass. Look at this. It's the actual artwork from the poster, like etched into this is a proper solid piece of metal, like a dog
That's your
tag.
ticket?
This is your ticket. Once you get in and show your name, they give you.
See,
this.
that's pure passion.
Yes.
Yes. That's not some hokey, fucking thing. That's like, wow, that's really like a passionate endeavor.
I really think it captures just how special this particular festival is, just the vision of it, and then the completeness of the idea. As you saw, Gehenna sounded really great. They had a great show. Now, the other thing, we'll see more videos where it's pulled out so you can see the entire stage and really appreciate what's going on with all the woodwork and all the skulls all over. You can see some of it. But they panned out into the audience there, and as you can see, there's like there's a space right in front of the stage, almost like a pit area. But then there's this huge grassy hill that goes, way up into a tree line behind the stage. And it's cool because it's kind of like the lawn area at a concert where you can go up there and watch down the hill and watch the whole thing from, a seated position. But that hill is actually reasonably steep, and you actually have to really push to get up it. You can't just kind of walk up it like
casually go up there.
Yeah, and not if you want to get up near the top. And I was laughing and saying to people that it was like, when this fest would not be great for America, because everybody would just be kind of like 10 paces up and be like, just sit down wherever they were. It's not that big of a deal, but I mean, a couple of drunk people would then stand up and nearly like eat shit going down the hill.
Yeah.
And it gets dark up there, and you could totally fuck yourself up. I don't think anybody
go for
did.
a dirty little ride down the hill.
Yeah. I don't think we could teleport San Antonio to that fest and have a good result. Is all I'm saying, or Texas in general, I should say.
Pretty much. Don't make us the only guilty people.
No. I like the hill Abath rolled down. No, steeper than that for sure. And what's up, Tino? Thanks for joining us.
I really haven't greeted our chat tonight because we just jumped right into it.
Yeah,
but
take a moment.
Yeah, thanks everyone for tuning in. Who do we? I want to go through here real quick.
Sure.
Johnny Hellpreacher, good old Fraser, as you said, Tino, Punks, Spirit World, a lot of the regulars showing up.
Yeah.
What's up, Chris? I saw Ruby in here earlier. Good to see Ruby, Boj, Zach, good old Zach, and good old James Warrior, Danny. Quite a few popping in, jumping through. Good
Yeah.
to see y'all. Thanks for showing up. Oh
Yeah,
shit!
thank you.
Good old Joe and Lila from Australia. Good to see you guys.
Oh,
showing
hey.
in. Marky, what's up?
Awesome.
All right, so
Um,
yeah, just wanted to say hello to everyone. Now
Yeah.
back to your regular
Yeah.
scheduled
Thanks
black
for-
metal. Yeah.
Thanks for showing up, everybody. Quick piece of business. Carl and I, we had our first band demo released on Headsplit Records. It's Diabolus, and
Yeah.
and it's out on tape and CD. I've sold out all my personal copies of it. Thank you for those of you who supported it. But it's still
I've been
available.
holding out. I got I think a couple of cassettes left. So
Oh yeah,
so
yeah.
I'm gonna wait till and well, I got you on solo, so no one can see.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, all right, here we go. I got
Yeah.
2 left, but it's gonna be a while before you see them up for grabs. So
Yeah. But
go order from Headsplit.
Hey, go order from Headsplit if you want to get it and want to support it. Thanks for everybody who did that. That's awesome. It actually did pretty good. So that's
Yeah,
cool.
I don't know. Did it do good? I haven't talked to.
I mean,
Dylan.
I can only speak for the ones I have. I mean, Dylan might be sitting on it, all of them and going, "Fuck, man,"
Who
you
knows?
know?
I was like, damn it! I know
Yeah.
it's too niche.
Yeah. Anyway.
Oh, Tino needs one. Headsplit, Tino.
Yes.
Or we'll talk later if you want.
Oh,
a
yeah, we can
cassette.
talk later too.
Yeah.
Yep. Right on. Well, let's keep going. There's a
Yeah. What's next? Which one you want me to play?
I would say Demon Sea, and I'll tee this up. It's the current lineup. Demon Sea always has a lot of different incarnations.
Sure.
But this one is, in my estimation, the essential one because it's Xithra and VJS, who is the other kind of core contributing member over time.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I always felt strongly it needed to always be them, and it is once again. And I mean, if you haven't seen Demon Sea and you have a chance to, you've got to. They have an aura like nobody else. They're one of the most authentic, unchanged black metal bands from the classic era, and I put them right up there with Profanatica and Absu as far as being ambassadors for American black
Yeah,
metal.
for sure. I agree
sure.
with that. Yeah.
Yeah, just as important and so dark. And it was really, really cool to see them in this setting because, again, their aura combined with the aura of the festival itself really came across great. So, yeah. Oh, yeah, don't forget to cue this one up. There's a long intro, so it's about 2 minutes before they kick it
Okay.
off.
We'll keep talking so I
Yeah,
can
yeah.
make sure. we
Um,
don't-
It's also great because the bulk of what they're playing out live right now is Joined in Darkness, which is their seminal album, in my opinion. So really, really cool to just hear them on that and just playing that out live. Again, I've seen them so many times in so many different versions. I never get tired of it.
Yep.
So
Same here.
we ready to go?
We are ready to go. It is.
Okay, let's do it.
And you wanted right after the intro, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool. All right, cool. Yeah, I heard some fucking Demon Sea. Here we go. All right, there you go. Yeah, dude, that was fucking good.
You can't mess with that. There's just no way. Um, so everybody's talking about Xithra's base. I happen to know that that is an actual warlock body, and then the neck is a some kind of clone aftermarket neck. So
okay.
it's a hybrid. That's why.
Yeah, I thought it was like an '80s one because of the headstock, and I was like, was that like one of those really early
Yeah.
'80s? Like what?
No. I think it's a more. It's probably like an early 2000s. I don't know for sure, but it's the body and the neck don't actually match.
That's how he's
So,
throwing
there-
everybody off.
Yeah.
Oh, I
But-
want to say too. Agree with Justin. Yeah, the
Mhm.
Misfits wear ghoul paint, and this is corpse paint. There is a difference.
Different statement completely.
Yeah. You can't say,
Um,
oh, that's corpse paint on them. No,
Yeah.
just had
Um,
to put that out there.
Oh, sure.
Oh, you
the-
know what? Oh, let me interject something real
Yeah.
quick. I think you'll appreciate this. The first time I met VJS was at one of the he was playing guitar from Cult of Azazel, right?
Yeah.
And they were playing Sacrifice of the Nazarene Child, and we were hanging out with them in the hotel, and he was like all excited because I don't know if he was on. I can't remember exactly if it was when Demon Seed played the show too or not, but he was like, yeah, man, we're tuning back down to Joined in Darkness again. It's real fucking evil like how it should be, and he was really pumped up to fucking be doing that. And I was like, hell yeah, that's cool. No more of the Norse core. Because they did that one album. That was kinda Norse-y.
Yeah.
But yeah, he was real pumped up. To fucking be in the
Yeah.
band and playing with the old tuning and all that. I was like, hell yeah.
Yeah, and the other thing that's remarkable is that back in that era that you're talking about, Xithra was playing drums. He wasn't doing
Yes,
vocals
yeah.
or playing guitar because I mean he plays most of the instruments on the albums. Him and,
Yeah, he
and
just
DJS
executes
plays
it,
guitar,
yeah.
but he does everything. So he's really a talented guy. He's a great drummer. But I saw Demon C a couple times back in the days when he was drumming and someone else was fronting, and I never wanted it that way, even though it was perfectly good. But I just was like, he needs to be up front. He's the guy, and now he is, and I think that's just how it's always going to be going.
Yeah, it looks proper.
Mm-hmm.
But
Yeah.
he's a great drummer too.
Yes. And
What's up, Shred? Yeah.
the thing that's also funny is that I don't usually like black metal in daylight, and there wasn't a choice because on that mountain the sun wasn't going down until 9:30 at night. So pretty much everybody was playing in some degree of sunlight, and it still worked because just the atmosphere of the festival was that
What's cool is
successful.
they managed to keep the stage dark, and
Yeah, it has this very big canopy.
so it helped. At least that helps, because I always heard that too from people like, oh, black metal bands should never play in the day, and I'm like, well, sometimes there's just no
There's
option.
no choice.
Yeah.
In fact, I put up an Adorier video, but it's not from the fest, and I figure I kind of want to focus on House of the Holy. But I didn't want to forget them. Nobody's posted anything to YouTube of their set. They played at 4 p.m, and they killed it. But the sun was actually on the stage and right in the pit area, and it was fucking hot. We were all melting watching them, and that was the thing. I was so disappointed because psychologically, I was really prepared. I'm like, I'll be up in the mountains. It's going to be crisp and cool, and I'm get away from this shit ass Texas heat. And I kid you not, it was to the degree, the same temperature and the same humidity on that mountain. Because
Yeah, dude, wasn't that during their little heat wave? Oh,
yeah. The heat wave was just setting in when I got there, and
Europe should not be going through that, especially
No.
when you're outside. How
Oh, yeah,
fast that
and-
blows.
well, and
Hot as
like
Texas, no way.
my Airbnb was pretty warm, and I had like all the they have those big windows, and I had all those open, but there's no breeze, so I'm just laying there sweating. There's no AC, no fan that I was aware of, and it was fine, whatever. I can live, but you know what I mean.
I'm going to interject something
Yeah.
else here, Jeff. Europeans who've been getting a bum rap about the U.S. for years seem to enjoy a lot of the amenities the U.S. had to offer when they came here for the World Cup, and they were like, not everything sucks in America. I'm going to stick up for the good old USA. We got
Right.
some things right here.
What we have even now is abundance because they have a lot more forbearance in Europe. You can't. There's no such thing as all you can eat over there.
No.
All that kind of thing. I mean, that's not new to me because anytime a European band that I'm friends with comes to Texas, we take them to Chewy's. And they're just like, oh my God, the portions are amazing. Oh my God, you can have all the chips you want. Oh yeah, all the drinks you want.
Fat, by the way. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, okay, yeah, they're in vacation mode. Everything's great no matter where you go when you're on vacation. But you try to go to live there, it's like, okay, you eat this shit all the time, you get fat and sick, and then you don't have any health care either. So that's
the other side of the coin.
I think it's true. I mean, yeah, just again, America's a lot of fun to come over and like go see all the fun stuff.
I always say, hey,
do all the
America's fun if
yeah.
if you got some money in your pocket.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, anywhere's fun if you got some money in your pocket.
If not, it's not going to be such a fun time because you can't do shit. You got money.
When I was out with Marduk and Immolation in Vienna, I mean, Vienna's a phenomenal city. I'm in love with it, but it's like I wouldn't want to live. Well, I mean, it would probably be okay, but I wouldn't want to have to live in the outskirts like most normal people have to. I want to live in like one of the big fancy buildings with all the gargoyles and all this stuff on it.
Well, that's where you got to be wealthy.
Exactly. So that's a vacation mode phenomenon. I think it's cool that more Europeans are coming over and finding out that this is a fun place to visit. That's great. But I mean, that honeymoon would be over quick, I think, once they find out how little we get paid for work and how little we get in return for our taxes. I think
well, yeah, I always loved that, the Europeans at least get a tax breakdown of where their money went.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of it's for stupid shit too, like any Western government.
Well, hell, we have no idea what our
yeah, we don't even know. We don't know.
They're like, you don't fucking need to know that shit. Just give it up, buddy. Give it up. That's kind of crappy.
Marduk, it was actually, sorry, to answer the question here, Marduk was, it was Marduk, sorry, Mayhem, Marduk, and Immolation. So that was those shows. I went over there to hang out with everybody for that.
And everyone I know from California is fucking hating California government, and it doesn't matter who they are.
Oh, yeah.
I always hear that from people that are from California. They fucking hate it.
Yeah. Oh, no, B-War has not been in the band for 20 years. Rest in peace, B-War, by the way. A lot of people reached out to me when he passed, and I actually didn't know him. I only met him one time, even though he lived just up the road from us in Cedar Park. But he wasn't active. I mean, I saw him in a couple of shows over time, and really, really cool guy. But I did not actually know him personally.
Yeah, I told my story, when Hod was playing one of the early shows in Austin, at the old Room 710.
Yeah, he was at that show.
Yeah, and he was there, and I forgot who pointed it out to me. Might have been you, from all I remember.
Yeah.
And they said, hey, that's the dude from Marduk, and I just like, what? This seems so bizarre. Like, what are you talking about? Why would a dude from Marduk be at this show in Austin?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was B, and I just I didn't talk to him. I just gave him, hey, what's up, dude? And he did the hey, what's up, and I thought it was cool that he still went out to local type shows and shit. That's cool.
Yeah. Oh, I don't even want to get into any of this shit. So we're not going to talk anymore about politics on here.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, I was just making a point.
No. I know, but I'm just in the comments. You guys can talk amongst yourselves. We're not going to air that. Not that I don't disagree. I'm just. That's not what I'm here to do.
We're talking about the House of Holy.
Yeah. Which, now that's another thing I'll say. For such a, there was no political attitude of any type at that show. It was really, really just chill that way. I mean, not that that's a big problem. I think anybody's really worried about that as a paranoiac. But I mean, no one had an attitude. No one was like, fronting. You know what I mean? It wasn't about that at all. So no, that was really cool too, because everybody was just there for the same thing, which is the music. And on that note, there was a few exclusives or kind of rarities that were on the fest that I thought were really cool. And I figured we could play this one now. This one is some great footage. It's a band from Germany. Some of you guys may know it. They're called Graven. They were from the '90s,
I
and
just figured that from the fest. I had no idea who they were, and I was like, "This is band's awesome."
yeah, they're really kind of in the sort of in the model of classic Dark Throne, somewhere between Dark Throne and Gorgoroth, and they had been gone for a long time. I mean, I had their demos, and that was about it. And they put on a hell of a set, very very authentic, you know, just perfect for the situation. So yeah, take a look at that. See something you don't see every day. Graven playing live.
Yeah. We want me to jump into it?
Yeah, go for it.
All right, here we go.
That boy ain't right.
All right, there you go. Some live Graven.
Yeah, that was
Yes.
killer.
Yeah, that was fucking, that captured the old spirit perfectly.
Yes. And yeah, I was answering the question in the comments. They are German, and it seems like we may have just created some new fans
Yeah,
in
I
time
mean-
here. Yeah.
I mean, let's take a look at this one more time before we get ready. Look how fucking cool that is, man.
yeah.
You gotta
Uh,
appreciate that. Looks really well. And yeah, I don't know what that feature is on modern cameras where you zoom in and the
I
sound
know.
changes. I hate that. I
I
don't know
hate
why
that
that
too.
happens. Just leave the sound as is. And let
I
people
think you
zoom.
can turn that off. People just don't know to turn it off.
I don't know how to fucking
Yeah.
do it. It's happened to me on videos. Like, hey, what the fuck is this? Like, it does. It's a dumb feature. Stop it.
Yes,
What's
I
up,
agree.
Paul? Good to see you, dude.
But yeah, as you can see in that video, it's all red lit, but there's this giant like wooden aegis that goes over the stage and then has skulls, ram skulls and goat skulls all over it. It is really, really cool.
Oh,
And,
look at this smart ass. It's called Google.
Well, right, you can find out how to change it by googling it. I
Yeah.
always go
Hey,
on
Fraser.
YouTube for everything.
Why don't you fucking Google it every once in a while with all your questions?
No kidding.
Someone put Fraser in a timeout. I'm not accepting that. All right, back to the show.
Anyway, that was a really cool rarity. I mean, like I said, I was familiar with the band, but I didn't know what to expect, and I thought they were great. And I really liked how black metal, kind of in all of its different, different angles, was represented. You have Gehenna, which is classic kind of regal symphonic black metal. You had Demon Sea, which is really bestial black metal. And then
Yeah.
you had Graven, which is like kind of classic, kind of nasty black metal, like again in like Blazing the Northern Sky kind of model. So really, really cool. Yeah, I do hate Hawaii. I don't know how you knew that, but I do hate Hawaii.
Yeah, Polly's hurt because I said what's up, and he said Jeff didn't even recognize me. I'm chopped liver over. Jeff's over
No.
there talking, guys. Come on, man.
I'm kidding. Anyway,
Coconuts getting all mad over here.
Um,
Anyway,
the thing that was really something is that even from the town of Abtenow, where everybody was staying, like all the bands were staying, it had all the lodges and everything everywhere, because it's a ski resort. Obviously not in the summertime, but then you had to either drive a car or take, a passenger bus that was arranged for the festival. Like it was just like a proper nightliner, or not a nightliner, but you know what I'm talking about, like a
proper
not a
passenger
Greyhound bus, but a big passenger
Yeah.
bus, like a touring,
to haul people back and forth in.
like a tourist bus, and you kind of had to go through all these windy switchbacks up the mountain to
Yeah.
to get to it. You couldn't just, I mean, you had to know where to go too. You couldn't just sort of feel your way there. You probably won't even see this, but I wanted to thank Manu from Ritualization and my other good friend Nico, both from France, who ended up hooking me up with rides every day instead of making me take the bus with everybody else. So we were just zooming up the hill like, what?
That's nice. Yeah.
Yeah, it was nice. There was camping on site too that some people did. I I've never liked camping, and that's the last thing I want to do. I like to be in my posh Airbnb and drive up, like royalty, So,
Yeah, I mean, I camping out does not appeal to me at all.
you
Especially
got to get so drunk to put up with that stuff, you know.
then
But,
the heat, fucking
yeah, that would have been tough, starting to get cooked in your
can't take a
tent, like,
shower and
you won't ever get sweatier than in a tent. I promise you. Like once that dew point hits at about 6
yeah,
in the morning, oh
and
my
most of the time
god,
people have all you don't have it open, so it's all
yeah, it's just your breath in there, and it's like, ugh. Yeah. Anyway, if you're able to do that, more power to you. That's not me.
that's
Um,
young people stuff.
yeah, totally.
Yeah, young kids. They
Yeah.
can do all that fun shit. Fuck that.
It was remarkable. I didn't want to forget this. It was remarkable because Barth, the festival founder, his grave was about 20 yards away from the stage, up on a little patch of land. Like,
Oh, no kidding.
yeah,
Wow.
you just walk right up the hill and pay your respects. And it was kind of amazing because during Demoncy's set on the last song, VJS, the guitarist, he had a wireless rig, and he just walked off the stage and kept playing, and he like went up and was playing at the top of the hill, playing to the grave in tribute for a moment. And that was really something.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's a sight to see. Yeah.
that was intense. And yeah, I mean, the whole festival was effectively like a tribute to him, which
Of
was
course. Yeah.
amazing in itself. And yeah, I'll talk about that as we go on here. There's more to that too, but we had also some of you guys may not be familiar with this band, but they're a big part of my personal history. It's the German black metal band Secrets of the Moon.
Mhm.
They started at the end of the 90s. If you guys remember a band from Germany called Martyrium from the 90s, they kind of grew out of that band and became a really, really unique entry in German black metal. I mean, they were contemporary with Moonblood and Catharsis and all of that stuff.
They
And
were part of that explosion. Yeah.
they were indeed. And
Didn't wasn't there a Watain tour with them?
it was indeed. And
Yep.
I mean,
Early first tour and all that shit. That's
well, it
awesome.
even goes further back than that, because when I played session guitar for Krieg on the 2001 tour in Europe, Secrets of the Moon was the band that Andy Akhenaten from Judas Iscariot had booked as like the opener for those shows. And I thought they were really, really cool and good guys and a cool band. And then I'll tell a quick version of that story. In 2003, Aversifera and Secrets of the Moon wanted to do a tour of Europe together. And we were planning this ourselves. We had no production, no booking agent or anything. And we're trying to come up with these dates. And we said, oh, we need a third band that's really going to help round it out. And we're like, I said, hey,
That boy
what about
ain't right.
what is that?
I'm sorry. Whenever someone makes a bizarre comment,
Oh, I see.
I am playing "That Boy Ain't Right" from King of the Hill. So,
Right on.
Yeah, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
No,
you,
no,
but
it's okay. It's
when you
okay.
hear it now, you'll know why.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
But we were sitting there going, who could we have as a third band to round this out and make it a really good run? And I said, what about Watain? They're kind of up and coming. People seem to like them. This is
That's funny
This is
now.
2002.
Classic.
I may have told a version of this story on the show, but we reached out to Eric from Watain, who I had
Yeah.
just really gotten to become friends with over the last year or so, because that's when they were really emerging.
Yeah, they were
Rabbit
an
Death's
underground
Curse.
band. Yeah.
Yes. And his reaction was, really? You guys want us to go on your tour? Oh, sure. We'd love to do that. And that became a quite a historical moment for
Yeah.
the three bands together.
Yeah.
And
That's great.
so, yeah.
Phil.
But that was me and Phil, the front man of Secrets of the Moon. We were the ones who kind of came up with that. And so, yeah, like I said, my history with my work is really closely tied to Secrets. And their sound evolved over time. They moved away from being a traditional black metal band to kind of, I don't know what you call it. They became more avant-garde and a little bit more progressive, but still really, really good and a really unique entry. And they broke up, I think, 2 years ago, and their lineup was fairly different by the end. It was just the Phil, the main guy, primarily. LSK, also of Hell Militia, and Antaeus played with them for a little while before she died.
Yeah,
Um,
I remember
but
that was a big part of it all back, you know, when it's all starting up and all that.
yeah, yeah. But this version of the Reformation is just, it's kind of like a post-mortem reformation, and they brought back their original drummer, who goes by the name of the Lemnar, and he's awesome. He's like prescriptor level. You probably won't be able to see it in the footage that we're about to show you, but he has really long hair, like down to his butt, and he's back there playing, and he's like windmill headbanging the whole time, so his big head of hair is just flying everywhere. It's so awesome. And it was really...
I love headbanging drummers. That fucking always looks awesome. You know?
Yeah, it's badass. And it was really exciting to see them kind of back again after all this time, and getting to just, you know, hang out with them again. So if you're not up on who they are, let's check it out. Maybe we can get some Graven fans listening to Secrets of the Moon as well.
Yeah, like you said, they have two kind of different styles going on. So
Yeah.
early in what they do now. Let's check it out. Yeah, that was really good. I like that.
Yeah, really cool, really different, but still very dark and atmospheric. And man, those guys are good musicians. There's some of the
Yeah, as you know, as if you play, you gotta. This is what a lot of people don't get. Even though like we a lot of us play like real extreme shit, you know, and all that.
Mhm.
I think if you can appreciate good players when you hear it, or just a good tight band, like
Yes,
that's fucking good,
yeah,
regardless of their style or whatever, like. Because I can hear
yeah,
like some shit that's like other forms of music, and I can still tell if that band sucks just by
yes,
the performance and the playing. They're off. They're if if you play, you see it. So I always appreciate them, even though it may not be my cup of tea musically. I'm like that
mhm.
band fucking jams. They know what they're doing.
Yeah, yeah. You're at this long enough, and you can really just hear
Yes.
anything.
Yeah.
One thing that was really remarkable is that drummer for Secrets of the Moon. I mean, he was always a phenomenal player, but then I had not seen him. God, I had not seen him since 2009.
Shit, dude, you got a dude from Atomicide greeting
Oh,
you there.
hey,
Yeah.
Luis. Yeah, man, can't wait to see you. Oh, it's cool. Thanks for tuning in.
Yeah. Very cool.
Um, yeah, it's going to be with Invocation at DTF, Destroying Texas Fest in Houston at the end of the
Are
month.
you going to that? I didn't know if you.
Oh,
were
hell
going.
yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Are
Yeah, I
you?
might. I might go for Saturday.
Okay.
It's still up
Cool.
in the air. I hope Blaspherium play that day because that's the
Yeah,
show I want to
yeah.
see.
I,
Yeah.
I hope so too. I don't know what the running order is.
Yeah.
Anyway, the drummer from Secrets of the Moon he informed me he hadn't actually played drums since like 2012, I think, or 2014,
Holy
something like that. Yeah. And he just,
Wow.
that dude's a genius. He's an incredible player. I mean, he's a really just brilliant guy. I would have to say Secrets of the Moon is one of the most intelligent bands I've ever known personally. I mean, I know a lot of intelligent guys in the scene, but man, they're so brilliant. They're great players. I mean, just high IQ kind of dudes.
Yeah. Yeah.
You
Of
know.
course. Yeah.
But yeah, really great. And in case you're wondering what you were just hearing there, they were playing their album Antithesis in its entirety. So if you're going to pick up one album from them, make it that one. That's really kind of their, in my estimation, that's like their zenith, where it all really came together for them.
Their magnum opus.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's really great. I listened to it a ton when it came out. And I still throw it on, but yeah, again, another rarity. I mean, there's so many well curated, not everyday kinds of things on this festival, and a not everyday kind of situation. To that, let's talk a little bit about Blasphemy, who were there as well. And if you're an American, you realize how rare that is, since they can't play America ever, ever, ever.
Yeah. Not gonna happen. Stop.
I love how they can play anywhere else in the world except America. That kills me.
It drives me up the wall with those stupid laws.
It would be one thing if they were banned everywhere, right? But they're not. They can play South America. They can play
They're
Europe.
from Canada.
Yeah, they're from Canada. I mean, let's not sugarcoat it. They're criminals. That's real. That's not.
No, they live up to the insanity. Yeah, they're
totally.
not going to sit there and try to hide it either. They are.
and
They're the
and
real
that's-
deal.
And that's not me being critical. I like those guys, but I mean that's just the truth of the matter. I mean, they're the real deal. They are severe, and they've done the exact combination of things that keep them from coming to play in America. That's true of Svardal from Gehenna too. He can't come here either, even though his charge is from 30 years ago. 30. And he hasn't done anything bad since. And he didn't even, it's not like he's been committed. If you want to find out that whole story, please check out The Witching Hour, the interview we did with Svardal. He gets into all of that. So,
Yeah, he covers everything.
yeah. And that's a hell of a great story if you want to know what was going
That
on.
was still. I mean, I know people don't probably believe, but that was one of my favorite interviews because I've been a fan of the band since the fucking early days.
Yeah.
I always thought this is like this. We had said it before. I'll say it one more time. It was the most mysterious to me of all the Norwegian bands that came out. That they just had this mystery to them because they weren't so available as the other bands.
Yeah, they really stayed in the shadows. They didn't get hypey, and they didn't tour all that much. And
it seems like they're finally getting their due now.
Yes,
that they deserve. But yeah, the dude was awesome. Remember when we asked him about what was your thoughts on the Norwegian church burnings and all that, and he always says, "I like it."
Yeah.
I was like, "All right, cool." Next question.
Yes. And what was I going to say? Oh, yeah. I'm going to be out with Gehenna in Poland in October. Morbid is playing a show, the last show I think ever, with Eric from Watain on drums. And then Gehenna's going to be on that too. So I'll be out.
Dude, I was wondering, he's quitting that too?
I guess so. I don't know the circumstances, but
yeah, because I know the whole Watain thing is, the final cycle of them after their new. I was like, is he quitting that band as well, Morbid?
Yeah, apparently. Wow. So
okay.
I'll get to catch him doing that once, and I'll be there hanging out and teching for Gehenna in Krakow. So that's going to be cool. I'll come back and tell you guys that story.
Yeah, I'm like, what?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll have to hear this.
Yeah. But anyway, getting back to Blasphemy, it's interesting because, Blasphemy prevails wherever they play. They're such a force. But it was an interesting contrast to me for them to play in that setting, because I would say that Blasphemy is a very urban entity. They're all about war and decay and very, very kind of modernistic types of things. And to be playing in this like very nature environment and this rustic setting with this wood temple stage, it's not that it didn't work, but it was so interesting because it was two different energies. Yeah. But then, they played when it actually was dark and there's fire everywhere. You're about to see it. It came together in like a sort of a different way. And they're amazing live. It's like you can't deny what they're doing. It's just like they are always like the album live. It's exactly. There's so many bands out there that you picture in your mind. Like, remember how we imagined Carcass on their first couple of things? We figured they were like monsters.
Yeah, you would think this insanity. Yeah.
Mutants. And it's not that they weren't good back then, but it's like when you see them live and they're just three regular British guys with long hair,
just standing around jamming.
Yeah, but Blasphemy is what you think it's gonna be every time.
He told me one time, like your ideal of Blasphemy is like, you're one of the guys picking you up, from he pulls up in this World War II Jeep and throwing grenades around and like just driving to a war zone. And it's just...
I'll do the routine real quick for you guys because I haven't done this in a while. This all started because I got invited way back when they reformed to the Friday the 13th show, which is now very famous. R. Forrester is, he's the guitarist in Blasphemy. He and I went out on the road together when he was in Godless North and I was in Krieg. That was in Europe. So we got to be friends, and he gave me an invitation. He's like, hey, if you want to come up, hang out, that'd be cool. I couldn't make it, unfortunately. But yeah, I envisioned them pulling up in one of those flatbed army trucks, and it's the whole band on there. Hey, come on, sorry for late. Here, get your bags on the truck. All right. Okay, we're going to go downtown and do some stuff before we play the show. This is of course it's Black Winds yelling at me, the singer, and he's like, okay, all right, here we are. Hey, see that dude over there? Let's kick his ass. See that chick over there? Let's rape her. Okay, now it's time for a sledgehammer fight. All right, get out your sledgehammer. Oh man, get up. What are you doing laying on the ground there? Get up right now.
Grenades.
Yeah, grenades. Here, smoke this, snort this, drink this, shoot this. Come on. And the thing that's hilarious is I'm doing this routine. I've done this over the years. It's kind of something everybody's heard if they've hung out with me long enough. It's not that different in real life. They're cool fucking dudes, but that possibility of that shit breaking loose is absolutely there. And
yeah, the music can be channeled into the real fucking world, the total chaos and violence and all that.
Yeah, and you could not believe how stunned I was when we played with them at Never Surrender in 2023 in Berlin. Imprecation did. And they were coming on right after us, and we looked over while we were playing, and they're standing there with their shades like jamming out to us on the side of the stage, which was cool as fuck.
Fuck yeah.
And then when we finished, like, they were all there right in the backstage, and Black Winds comes up to me. He's like, hey, you guys are fucking awesome. Oh man, your drummer's sick. Yeah, we were told we got to watch you guys, and oh man, you're fucking amazing. Hey, let's take a picture. He's just like basically got me in a headlock, and it's me and Matt Hefner, our drummer, and like the rest of the band, they're all just like in there. Like that was the coolest thing ever. They were so awesome to us, and they didn't have to do that at all, man. I mean, they're one of the pioneers. And
No, I always like you know, when they don't do many interviews, like when they do, like they're they don't really give a fuck what you think. They're like, they were all excited, like, oh yeah, man, Igor and Max were at the show, you know, and we finally got to meet them, and you know, we were so excited to meet, you know, Igor and Max and Sepultura, and you know, like any band below them, like, oh, you know, they're posers now, and this and that, and these dudes are like, I don't give a fuck, I love, you know, that old Sepultura, and it's still badass to me that, you know, these dudes want to meet us and or hang out with us. I mean, I thought, you know what, man, so anti-poser.
yes,
You know,
and
just like not trying to fucking worry about what, you know, people are gonna think if they like, you know, the certain band now.
oh yeah,
Yeah, I was like, yeah, they don't give a fuck, dude. They're blasting me. What are you gonna fucking do?
oh yeah, that's the thing. They're kind of this like unstoppable. It's like what's the joke? They're like the where does the 800-pound gorilla sit anywhere he wants? You
Yeah.
know? Yeah. So they're that 800-pound gorilla, and why don't we take a look at what they're doing? If you haven't seen them live, man, you got to find a way because it's unbelievable.
That's why
So-
Tino got to play them shows with him up in
Hell
Germany,
yeah.
yeah,
Yep.
when he was in Morbo.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Tom,
Tino.
Tom and Jerry picks. I like that.
Yeah, Tino's hilarious.
Yeah, I want to watch a little from them.
All right, well, let's watch some of the video, dude, to see how
Oh,
it
yeah.
went down, man. Some fucking blasphemy, destroying the fucking forest. Here we go. That is so fucking intense.
I
the
know.
blasphemy.
I
God.
know.
Oh,
Yeah.
I think they won over Tino too. They got a new fan.
Oh, that's cool. I'm glad to
Yeah, Tino's like, he likes these guys.
Oh, that's awesome. But yes, no, I mean, again, it's like you can't beat that. That's just a complete X factor. And I mean, they sound so awesome. You know, it's not even like an approximation. It's You know how certain bands lose a layer because they do a lot of stuff in the studio and
Yeah,
like, when
yeah.
you're playing. I mean, sometimes that's just what happens. But Blasphemy is just 1-to-1. It's like you're getting exactly what you expect.
Correct.
Bullet belts everywhere, grenades everywhere, insanity. That was the only band of the entire fest that had the audience moving, and even then it wasn't insane, but everybody was really orderly. Everybody was just kind of really just jamming out. But yeah, they actually got a pit going.
Yeah, you could see it, the crowd fucking getting into it. More
Yeah.
so, you saw hair flying around, moving in the crowd for sure.
Oh yeah, and everybody got treated really well and had a good response. But Blasphemy just kind of got everybody like fully unhinged, the way you'd expect.
Yeah, it's fucking Blasphemy. Yeah.
I want to say Beharit played the last year's edition. If I'm not, yeah, Beharit played last year. I'm sure that was pretty amazing on that stage too.
Oh yeah, with
Yeah.
the atmosphere of Beharit and everything would fucking rule under those
Yeah.
settings. Yeah.
I was, and just as a side note, when we opened for Beharit in Houston, I could not believe how well that came off. I didn't know what to expect from Beharit, and that was just incredible. Such a black energy,
Yeah.
even though it was modified, but I mean at the same time, like he'd taken all the elements from like the old and the new and melded them together in a really effective way. So no, I really dug that. No stage diving. Nothing like that. You couldn't even do it because there's like skulls and stuff like all over the front of the stage.
Not set up for that fucking.
Yeah, I know. You would have been told. Like we actually that was kind of funny during Demon Sea. Now, here's the thing about House of the Holy. You actually have to send a request to buy a ticket. You can't just buy a ticket. You actually have to go, hey, this is me, here's my name, blah, blah, I want to buy a ticket. And then they will send you a link to buy the ticket. So technically it's invite only, and they can do that because it's private property and all that.
Oh,
But-
yeah.
And so it keeps the idiot quotient down quite a bit, but there was still a couple of minor league idiots, and there was this one guy, and during Demon Sea, I'm right up front for them going nuts, and right at the front of the stage, I'm like kind of stage right or stage left, and then there's all the skulls all over the stage, and this dude kind of rolls up, and he's just wearing like an Adidas sweatshirt or whatever. He's got like a regular haircut, and I look at people like that, and I go, okay, that doesn't mean he's not a metalhead. Maybe he just has to work a regular job. I don't know.
He might be retired at this point. Who knows?
Yeah, but I mean, he didn't even look that old. But you know what I mean? It's just like, but he's like a normie looking guy. And he walks up to the stage and he's kind of just regarding Demons. He just kind of, but I could tell he did not know who they were. And he was also apparently a little drunk. And at some point he's just standing there. I'm going, oh man, get this normie vibe out of my periphery.
Yeah, you're killing.
And then he just kind of reaches down and then just picks up one of the goat skulls and starts just kind of waving it around. And I'm just like, hey, and I nudge him and some other guy grabs him and we just chased him out of the front. I'm like, yep, that's what happens. Fuck off. Anyway, chase posers away. Don't be afraid to do that.
Yeah, don't let them get away with that shit.
It's 2026. We've had a regime change. Attitudes are different now. We don't have to include everybody anymore.
We don't have to include stupid shit anymore.
No. Those days are fucking over, and I hope they never come back. But do your part to see to it that it doesn't. Chase posers away. That's my message. Anyway, we didn't have to do a whole bunch of that at House of the Holy. Everybody was there for the right reasons, so that was good. But yeah, I think I wouldn't say there was more than about 1,500, maybe 1,700 total people there. I could be wrong, but that's about all it felt like. And everybody's spread out, all over the hill. There's like 800 people down in like the front area, like you're seeing there, and then like distributed up the hill. When you get all said and done, it was probably about 1,500 people, which I think is great for a proper underground fest like that. But yeah, the invite only thing was definitely a good option. For sure.
Yeah, keeps the idiots out for the most part.
It keeps it from turning into a fest where people wear chicken suits and bullshit like that.
Dude,
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I don't want to spend my weekend being at a fest like that.
This is how I know. Before we go on,
No, not
did
for
you see
me.
did you see the controversy of that hardcore band who had there's some guy in a banana costume and they had the crowd beat him up? Did you see that?
Yes, the Banana
Yes.
Man. I heard all about it.
Yes, and I knew it's like this is why we're never going to get anywhere in America with this shit because there was so much condemnation about what that band did, and I'm like, totally, man, way to fucking go! Tell him to beat that guy up. And I love it. I saw the footage, and I'd never heard of the band, but the singer called him out, and he goes, and people started shoving the dude before they even started the song, and he goes, "Hey, man, you wanted the attention, you got it," you know. So,
Well, I mean, I have friends, you know, are pro Banana Man, and I have, you know, people like you who are anti Banana Man. But all I know is, hey, if you show up to certain shows, you know, at least all I know back in the day, if you showed up at like a Fearless Iranian show from
yeah.
hell in a goddamn banana costume, you knew you were gonna get your
Oh,
ass
you
beat.
get ripped apart.
Yeah,
Better be like-
I'll put up that silly shit, those type of things, and you can say, "Oh, that's being, you know, fascist," and this is just no,
no.
it's dumb, you know, it's dumb. It's when people say, "Oh, the Thunderground," that to me is the Thunderground.
That is
Like,
the Thunderground.
yeah, that's
And-
like, you know, that has no place at a true like black metal fucking event or something,
No.
or a war metal show. Hey,
No.
you think, you know, at the early sacrifice of Nazarene Child, if you showed up in a banana or a chicken costume, that would have fucking flown?
We would have all been kicking your ass.
Yeah, you would have gotten beat. You would have gotten beat. You know, what? Fucking Johnny just nailed it. Anti-retards.
Yes. No, that's kind of my slogan. I tell
Yeah.
people that it's like I am hard on the tards. So, I think. What was I going to say about that? Yes. Here's the point. Regardless of what it is you're doing, when you go to a show, you are there as part of a collective to have a collective experience. You're
If you
not
had-
going there to make it about you.
Yeah. If he had corpse paint on, he should have been beat up even more. There you go. 'Cause
Oh.
Yeah.
I back in the Aversifera days, I actually a couple of times came down on kids in the audience with corpse paint on who treated it as a license to be obnoxious. I mean,
Yeah.
from the stage, called them out, just like, hey, you know, and not because I'm like, you know, worried about like safety or anything, but because I found it distracting. You know, I'm just, hey, knock it the fuck off. You know, we're not impressed. So,
Yeah.
but
Crowd
again,
members wearing corpse paint, I always thought that was gay as hell.
it's
too.
super stupid.
I was
mean,
like, no, it's just the band. So the band performing their fucking music is a ritual, right? You don't get to go and hang out and corpse paint at a show. Like, it's
Right.
fun. Yeah, get
Well-
out of here with that. Call me an old crank. I don't care.
I liked it, you know, in the Aversifera days of, you know, those of you guys who know, we had the very elaborate
Yes.
Crown of Thorns corpse paint. It was very distinct. And every once in a while, someone would show up at the show trying to have done that. And it always looked like complete shit. Yeah. So that was always bemusing. I think Sam hated that even more than I did.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, he didn't like any of that kind of thing. He always had those existential crisis moments, like, what the fuck are we doing? Is this even reasonable? Why, you know, anybody who likes this is fucking retarded. You know, he'd have those moments. I mean, you know what, I'm exaggerating a little bit, but you know what I'm saying. That kind of,
Oh, and I agree with this. As soon as your band's done, you don't get to hang around at the show in your corpse paint either. You know, hanging out, drinking beer at the bar.
No,
That's
we-
fucking dumb too, man.
we got stuck in those situations a few times in our career just because there was literally no place to go. There's
Yeah,
like
but that's
no-
not by choice.
No,
that's
no,
different.
no,
I'm talking about
no,
people who
no.
like want to hang out all night in their corpse paint.
Oh no.
Yeah, no, come on, man.
Yeah.
Spirit World soldiers died so you can wear banana costumes in the
Yeah.
pit.
Let's
Yeah, we're getting off track.
Yeah. No, it's okay. That's partly.
That's what's the fun of the show, man.
Yeah,
Like,
we're
not
we're
like a
hanging
bunch
out.
of nerds with a. I got a little agenda right here, Jeff, and we gotta go
Yeah.
from A, B, C, D. No, man, we just fucking do what we want.
Yeah. And
It's freedom.
I do want to
What's
mention.
next?
Well, it's Tormentor, He was one of the headliners. I did want to say that I think every band that was on the bill was worthy. I'm only talking about like half of them basically, or maybe a third, because whenever I go to fests, there's bands that I want to see. Usually, a lot of them are the headliners, and I'm interested to see some of the opening bands too. But that's also the time that I use, especially when I'm going to a place I haven't been a lot, like Europe, in a while. Lots of friends, lots of catching up to do, lots of people to rendezvous with, all that kind of stuff. So generally at fests, I see about a third of the fests. There's like certain key bands that I'm going to check out, and those are the ones I'm talking about tonight. But so I'm not trying to ignore the rest of the bands on the lineup.
Well, we can't make the show. Yeah.
No, we can't make the show that long, and I didn't see some of them, so I can't even give like a proper appraisal.
Yeah.
I encourage you, if there's you're trying to find out about newer things like Chaos Invocation, I'll give them a quick shout out. They were cool. I don't have footage of them for tonight, and I only saw a couple of songs, but I thought they were really good. Just as an example. But anyway, Tormentor, of course, that's Attila Szysar, famous for Mayhem. If you don't know who Tormentor is, you probably haven't been paying attention, or because
you've been under that rock for a long time. Yeah,
they were the leading underground Hungarian band back when Hungary was communist and effectively fascist.
Like yeah.
And so they did a lot of trench work in the name of the Hungarian metal scene, and still an important band to this day. And I got to say, I think Attila is a fantastic frontman and an incredible vocalist, but I think when he's in Mayhem, he's too hung up in the whole Mayhem thing, because he's part of like this bigger idea that is not completely his, and he does well with it. But seeing him in Tormentor is just the best way to see that guy perform, because he is completely cutting loose. It's him and his friends that he's been doing this with since the 80s, and so there's a completely different feeling involved. And boy, he's just so over the top. And we'll see it now. I mean, he was just it's hilarious because there's like he's performing effectively to like 800 people right there in front of him. It's not like Mayhem where it's like a 3,000 person room, which I saw them do that in Prague, this fucking huge room. And I'm watching him play, and he's just going insane. I'm going, he actually doesn't have to do all this for this crowd, but he does, because that's who he is. And I really respect that a lot. Plus,
he wants to, yeah.
And he's another one of those guys. Also, I'll just say this about him. He's really a cool dude. He likes to hang out. He's not too good for that. And, we know each other just sort of by sight. Like, I don't know him personally, but every time we meet up, he's like, oh yeah, and always says hello. Just fucking really cool dude, like the real deal. So I'm an Attila fan. Even I don't follow what Mayhem's doing now. It's kind of a circus, but he is a cool guy. And Tormentor, again, is the best version of what you'll get from him. So
I actually picked up the last couple of Mayhem albums, and I liked them. Honestly.
Yeah, I mean, they're not.
I wasn't like fucking, oh my god, this is, deep, mysterious, dumb. But no, but, it was good. I thought it was cool. Good.
Yeah.
I heard war shit. I'll say that.
Oh, for sure. I just think the context is so removed now. It's just, it doesn't mean anything to me, in that regard. But, why don't we check out what they were doing?
Let's check out some fucking Tormentor. All right, there you go.
That was
Tormentor.
actually the most over the top moment of the whole show.
I can
When he's
imagine.
rolling around on the ground there and screeching. Yeah, I lost it, and maybe it's because I don't know Tormentor's lyrics all that well. But I think he was like wearing a mask for that one song where it's like I think it was a bat, and yeah, he's like rolling around on the ground screeching, like the guys in the band are kicking him as he's playing. Like earlier in the set, he had a Cat of Nine Tails on, and he's doing one song, and he's like flagellating himself, kind of hitting himself on the back, and then they hit the solo, and he starts hitting the other guys in the band. I was like, holy shit. The other thing that was really
That's
funny,
awesome.
this was
Crazy.
Yeah.
shit. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I know. I love that. I love it when it's really well done that way and just fearless. Backstage, it was interesting because you had Blasphemy, you had Gehenna, and then you had Tormentor. All in this really cool. The backstage is right behind that stage. So this is giant wood house. And if you guys have ever seen True Detective, it looked like fucking Carcosa back there. There's skulls everywhere.
shit.
Oh
Nice.
yeah, it was insane. But really it's all built by hand, just like
Yeah.
classic woodwork. And it's really funny because, I'm with Gehenna, we're all chilling out, talking, everybody's just having a beer. Blasphemy's in their corner, and they're chill. They're just kind of keeping to themselves and whatever, mostly just staying quiet. And then you've got Tormentor over in the other corner chopping up lines with all these chicks all over around them and everything. Just like, in the background. I mean, they're maniacs. It was hilarious. Because like they're all like 60, and they're just like
Yeah, they gotta be old.
all these girls, all this like blow or whatever they had going on. I was just
The
like,
whole thing. Still
Yeah.
going. Yeah.
I was like, hey, that's cool. I mean, they weren't causing any trouble, but I was just like,
No, they're just doing
shit.
doing the rock and roll thing back there. Yeah. Fuck
Yeah.
dude.
Yeah.
60 though. Shit.
Yeah. And just I'm fond of telling everybody this. The first season of True Detective, that's where I'm from, the Gulf Coast, and all that shit you see in that show, as far as like those locations and the people, it's really like that. Yeah.
That first
I've been-
season's fucking
it's
one of
immense.
the best fucking seasons or of a series ever.
Yeah.
Yeah, Tino
No,
likes that. Tino was
yes.
hanging out with the Tormentor guys, I think, over there,
Yeah.
having a
But
good old
the
time.
but yeah, a lot of Europeans. Well, also a lot of people know I was a private detective, and they always bring up True Detective when I'm in Europe, and I go, well, I'll go one further. I'm from there. I'm from Galveston. It's like right there, right next
Yeah.
to all that shit. So anyway,
Very cool.
explains so much about me. That's funny. I I was raised in San Antonio, if that makes any difference. But anyway, oh, Alvin. Wow. Okay. I have friends from Baytown. I don't know how anybody actually lives in that city. That's where all the if you're driving down the highway from Houston to Galveston and you see the big burn-offs of the refineries off on the side of the road, that's
Yeah.
fucking Baytown. People are living in that shit. It's
Can you
unbelievable.
imagine?
No, I cannot. It
Dude,
smells so
my-
bad.
I know. Well, I don't know, but I just have a hard feeling. My brother worked at the Formosa chemical plant,
Ooh, wow.
and see, I never seen this when I one of the last times we when he was still alive, we drove in during the week, and Formosa chemical plant is like in Port Lavaca, Texas.
Right.
Yeah, it's along the Gulf Coast line, in
Mhm.
Texas, and I was like, "Is the town on fire? What the fuck is that?"
Yeah.
It was the plant, dude. Oh,
Yeah.
it was fucking terrible. And I'm like, man, I know that probably, my brother passed away young,
Mhm.
he was, what, 55? I said,
God.
man, I can imagine it just, years and years of being around all that. This fucking destroys your body.
Yeah. Have you ever driven through Pasadena, Texas?
Only late at night. So, yeah.
Oh my God. If you guys don't know that area, I mean, it's down by Houston, and it's just the whole town is just a giant refinery. If you recall Mad Max Fury Road, Gastown, the entire area looks like Gastown. It's insane, and there's like
Gastown.
houses nestled in between, like down on the. I couldn't believe that. We're driving over the highway. I'm just like, this is insane.
I
So-
agree. Port Lavaca does have great fishing, though. It is a fact. Just don't get mercury poisoning from the
Yeah,
fish.
you can't eat them.
I wouldn't suggest it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Back
yes,
to our subject.
yes. So that was Tormentor. They were a blast. I've only seen them once before, but they don't disappoint. Probably because it was funny because I was like, man, where are they getting this from? And then went backstage and saw where they were getting it from. So,
There's the juice. Yeah.
yeah. Yeah, we got a little more time, and I kind of set this up perfectly just to sort of make it chronologically similar to how it actually went. Now, at this point in the show, Tormentor finished playing, and this was when they were going to light the big pyre up on the hill at the very top of that same hill I was talking about, that super steep hill.
Yeah.
This time, though, it was a funeral arrangement because of Barth's passing. And they did something a little different where they always have like a fire march with all these people going up the hill with torches. And, since I'm describing it, I was going to say we should maybe just play it now to sort of make it similar to how it actually went. Mata was still supposed to play, but what they did is they blacked out the stage, and Mata was going to play after the fire march. So all the people who were part of that collective who put on the show and are involved.
Do you want me to play the end clip?
Yeah, go ahead and do that.
Okay.
So, because I'm talking about it already. Play it, and then I'll tell you a little bit more about it. This is really something else. And to be there for this was just incredible. Just a one-of-a-kind type of experience. Yeah,
Make sure
you
I
might
have the
have to
right
be,
thing queued up. Yeah.
Yeah,
All right, here we go. Let me
all right.
make sure this is what you wanted. Just
No. You gotta get it to hour 40 minutes.
Oh, 44?
Hour 44.
Okay, hold on. Let me get me. remove this. Talk real quick.
Yeah, that's like a recap of the entire event. And
I like the little town scene.
yeah, there's a pre-show
Okay, I
in
found it.
Absenow. Yeah, here we go.
Give me a second to cue. Here we go.
What happened? Wait, I can hear you.
Yeah, I forgot to unmute. No,
Oh.
so I was going to pause it from there because I think we get the gist of what was
Yeah.
going on there. But take us back to the pyre. Let everybody in the chat who isn't aware of what was going on there and why that happened.
I mean, they do that pyre every year, but this was a little different. And I wouldn't have known this if I like when I went down to meet my friends to go up the hill to the fest. There was where I was meeting them there was a graveyard right there, and I actually tried to go in to check out the graveyard, and then I realized there's guys in the Tyrolean outfits like the lederhosen, like traditional lederhosen with the big horns, and I was like, oh, they're having a funeral. I got to get out of here. I moved out of the way. But I didn't see them perform, but they had these huge, curly horns. And I was like, that's really something. And that's what they did for the pyre this year. They didn't usually do that, but you heard all those horns. That wasn't playback. Those were guys up in the tree line where you couldn't even see them playing the funeral horns, like the traditional Austrian funeral horns. So that was really something. I also, if I heard it right, and I could be dead wrong about this, but I think they also took some of his ashes and put it inside the pyre. And that shit was that thing was like 30 feet tall. I mean, it was huge, and it burned for like a solid hour before even the top of it started to fall off. And you saw those guys scrambling up that thing and setting that thing on fire while they're on it,
Yeah, I mean, that's a risky move.
That was no joke.
Yeah.
The other thing that was really remarkable, and again, maybe I'm not being fair, but I don't know, man. I'm cynical about my own culture. It was incredible. There's 1,000 people standing up on that hill watching this thing burn. Nobody said a fucking word for 45 minutes. We all just stood there.
That wouldn't happen here.
Yeah, okay, so you're in agreement with me.
No, yeah, no. I know for a fact we would have knuckleheads saying something. Hurry up!
Yeah, or just start to
play
just
the
talk,
music.
yeah,
or just talking.
Talk amongst themselves about bullshit. I mean,
Yeah.
there's a few people quietly speaking to one another like they were right next to each other, I guess. But
yeah, they're not.
And there wasn't
obnoxious.
a bunch of no, and there wasn't a bunch of people filming it. I mean, maybe a couple people. I took a couple of quick photos of it just to commemorate it. Put my phone away. Really respectful, really cool, really powerful, and it was kind of enhanced because some of my friends from over there knew Barth, and they were standing near me, and they're all crying, silently, and that was rough. It was.
Yeah.
It was very sad, and again, I didn't know him, but I was definitely fascinated by what he was doing, and man, the spirit of House of the Holy shined through, and it was an amazing send off. I don't think you could have done any better to die unexpectedly like that and to be sent off that way, man.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
By your peers.
Yes.
The world you fucking
that you helped build.
Yeah, amazing, actually.
Yeah,
quite an event.
And somebody called out, Mata played right after, and they didn't use any stage lights. It was all just candle lit, and man, that was atmospheric. It was intense too.
Yeah, that seemed to make sense after that.
Yeah,
it blasphemy went on. After
yeah,
that.
would have come off as a little crass, I think.
Yeah, there you go. A little crass. You couldn't do that.
And you're welcome. Thank you for being here to listen to it. I mean, I can only just convey my experience of it to you guys, but I'll say this. It's rare. I mean, I love going to fests because I love seeing an assortment of bands that I really like to see. I love meeting my friends every time. It's always that fuels me a lot. I am a hyper social person. I'm not one of those people who gets exhausted by talking to people or meeting up with people or doing that thing. Even some of my bandmates are going, man, I don't even like going to 3-day fests anymore, and the 4 days is way too much. I'm like, no, it isn't. I'm there for, and again, I'm there just for the experience of the entire thing, even if it's, I ignore half the bands, and not out of spite, but just because I'm trying to do a little bit of everything.
I get tired after 2 or 3 days. I'm just like, I can't anymore.
Yeah, and
but
there's no shame in that. But
there's our fest, are kind of hot.
does a lot of the work in beating you down.
Yeah,
I will admit that. Or if like you go to like Maryland
but then
Death
again,
Fest
Jeff,
and, yeah.
you know, see, you're going to something that's like really awesome, and
Yeah,
there's a lot
it's
of cool.
true.
So that's a motivation when you're someone like me who, yeah, I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna flex. I've seen a lot of cool shit. It's hard to get excited for a lot of stuff.
Yeah,
I hate that, but I'm like, is this really gonna match? Like '99 flying out to the Milwaukee Metal Fest and
that's true.
you know, and 'cause I don't want to be chasing that dangling carrot either. Sometimes
Yeah,
to myself, I'm like, you know what? It's a lot of effort, and it's not gonna match that. But this is something different. You're out in the fucking European hills.
yeah.
Where'd you say it was?
In the Austrian Alps.
Austrian Alps. I was gonna say Switzerland,
Yes.
Austrian Alps. With that background, I saw some of the pictures you took, and I seen pictures
Mhm.
of the surroundings. That's fucking amazing. And then at
Yeah.
night, on that stage, and just the whole fucking
Yeah,
aesthetics of everything and the way it looks is just so fucking black metal. It's like proper
yeah.
black metal experience.
It
Like
was
damn.
it was truly special. You got it. And the other thing I don't want to forget to mention, and I didn't know this was going to happen. I thought that was going to be the only fire going, but you can see it never got like pitch black out because it's summertime and we're at a higher elevation. But it was pretty damn dark. I mean, you could see the entire vault of the Milky Way over your head and the moon and everything, which is incredible. But then across the mountain line, all over that valley and up into the other mountains, there were fires everywhere. Everybody was lighting fires on their properties for the summer solstice. So there's all these lit fires going around. If like you guys remember like Gondor Calls for Aid and Lord of the Rings, it looked like that. It was unbelievable to be sitting there watching these incredible bands. And we got their big fire, and then all over the hill, there's just fires everywhere. I mean, it was really primordial. It's what I believe that we who really get into metal because we want to escape the conventional humdrum world that we're kind of forced to live in. It was one of those moments. It was the type of thing that we envision in our heads. It's like,
Yeah.
blood, fire, death from Bathory or something, you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
So yeah, my biggest,
And I do want to interject
yeah,
something real quick. Zach, I'm 56, and I bet I still run circles around what you're doing in your life. Just wanted to say that to you, Zach. Just so you know. Where's your awesome band at? Let me know. All right, back to the story.
damn, I didn't even see what precipitated that.
Yeah, I have one of his smart ass comments, so I had
Yeah.
to put him in check.
Well, anyway, like I said, I think it was kind of just an ideal scenario, and I'll admit, and I know not everybody can do this, but I stay connected to this and stay excited about it because you were saying it's harder to get excited. You have to go where that excitement is if you
Yeah,
have a
that's a
way to
good
do
point.
it.
Yeah.
This is why I'm now hopping all over Europe with Gehenna because that's exciting.
Hey, why not, man?
Yeah.
How cool is that? I would.
Yeah.
Like, if the opportunity was there,
Yeah,
I'd be jumping
absolutely.
on it. Hell yeah.
So anyway, I appreciate you guys letting me share this with you, and I'm glad you got something out of it. I hope maybe I turned you on to a couple of new bands. Again, check out. It's called the Funkenfluag Society, which means I had to look that up. It means
Okay.
that means jumping sparks, and that's referencing the pyre. Because I'll tell you this much: we're all standing like within 30 yards of this giant pyre, and it's raining down hot embers and like getting in everybody's hair. We all had to like finally back away,
Yeah.
But yeah, the Funkenfluag Society, you can, because there's no House of the Holy social media, but it's Funken Funkenflug FLUG Society. And if you want to look at pictures from House of the Holy or look at the lineup and research some of the bands that played, maybe get turned on to a few more things. I'll quickly say about Mata. They're part of the Nedrosian Norwegian scene, which is a newer scene comparatively. And if you
Okay.
want to hear some authentic Norwegian black metal in this era, check them out. It's Mare, like mare. We'd say mare, but it's Mata.
Is that
There's
how you
also
say it? Okay. Yeah.
Mata, yeah. There's also a band called Ritual Death. If you've heard of them, they're killer. I really like them. Um, One Head, One Tail. If you've heard of that one,
I heard of that one.
yeah. I'm not as into them, but definitely Ritual Death and Mata are really cool. And again, if you're looking for something very authentic from Norway in this era, those are bands to check out for sure. But yeah, again, check them all out. Check everything we played tonight if you weren't aware of it already. Yeah, Tino's checking out that band Blasphemy. He's broadening his horizons.
Yeah, well, we
So-
want a new fan for Blasphemy out of Tino. Can you imagine that?
That's incredible. I'm so glad to spread the word about new bands, you know?
Everybody needs to get into Blasphemy, you know.
Mhm. Yeah. I mean, I got to say this. There's naysayers out there because of the kind of the kind of the goofiness that war metal has kind of ultimately sort of become, where it's just like everybody's doing a war metal band that sounds like Blasphemy and it's not as good and all that. But I mean, old era, new era. If you're not into Blasphemy or can't at least appreciate them, I don't know what you're doing in the underground, because that is a ground zero band for just underground insanity. I mean, you don't have to listen to any other war metal, but you should listen to Blasphemy. You know, that's where it's at.
It's still crazy that the Blasphemy are A-okay. Let me show this.
Yeah, but yeah, I think you'll find your way to them, Tino. They're pretty.
No, but I mean, going back to that, really, it's still the best. I mean, to me, like, there's some killer war metal too, but
Well,
I don't know, man. I heard Blasphemy, like, it's still fucking top notch.
yeah, they created it. I mean, they really did. I mean, it's rare that we have bands that actually pioneered a sound that are still here. I mean, think of how lucky we are for that. You know, I mean, and even if they don't ever record a new album, I don't care. I love.
They don't really have to at this point.
No,
No.
I don't go see Iron Maiden for the new album. You know, it's like
I wish they wouldn't, actually.
Yeah.
At this point, it's just like, nah, you guys should just play
Yeah.
these heads, you know.
Sacramentary
good.
Abolishment. Good call out there. I like them too. But
Hey,
yeah.
did you want to show the Dorier clip, or I don't
Oh yeah, let's close out with that, because again, we don't have any footage of them playing House of the Holy, but I wanted to play something right around them. Adorier is another band that if you haven't caught on to them, they are really badass. They're
They
so
are, dude.
insane.
I told the story 1,000 times. I'll say it one more time.
Mhm.
They played Right to Darkness.
Yep,
They were one of the top fucking bands there.
absolutely.
We got to see them practice up close a day or two before the show at
Right.
Derek's house. They needed a place to rehearse. We set it up. They
That's
were-
awesome.
All of them were cool as hell.
Yes.
Cool people. I know there's a lot of different members in the band, but
The new lineup's cool too. I met them.
yeah.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't think, all of a sudden they would have a bunch of, jerks and the assholes in the band all of a sudden. So,
Well, in a band like that, a violent band like that, you always need one or two. That's like the Destroyer 666 principle. I mean, I'm not saying anybody was to me, but I'm just saying they got to.
I wouldn't be shocked.
Yeah.
But what I meant though is, like they wouldn't have like totally different
No,
personalities in the
no.
band. Anyway, they're a fucking awesome band, dude. They are they're great, man.
Yes.
And,
Ferocious.
author of Incest. What is the new one? Bleed
On My Teeth.
I was gonna say Bleed My
Yeah.
Bleed on My
It's
fucking killer albums.
Yeah, it's really badass. I really like it.
So
it's
this is gonna be
total
for
insanity.
Fraser, because I know he's been waiting to fucking the English band all night. So yeah, this isn't from that set.
It's
But-
it's from, I think that this right before they played House of the Holy. They've been playing a few shows around, so I picked one that's contemporary with what they played at
Yeah.
House of the Holy. So let's
Just
check
to
it
give
out.
you a feel of another type of band, that was on this festival.
Yes, absolutely.
I thought it had a good variety of Black Death.
They really did. It was, again, well curated, great flow with who they had on there and when they had them on. It was really well planned.
Perfect shit. All right, well, so we're gonna head out with some live Adorer, and we'll see you next time. So
Thanks, everybody.
thanks everyone. And I was busting your balls, Zach. Don't take it personal.
Alright, you fuckers! Are you ready to be bitten at the throat? There is no fucking antidote. Some of you might know this one. Author of Incest. Touch